Today we're going to cover an altcoin that I really like because of what they are doing and why I'm investing into it. But before we're going to discuss that, make sure to subscribe beneath here, like this YouTube update, check out my Twitter and Instagram, and also do not forget to check out our platform where we have a newsletter and premium membership where you can trade like me as I share all the trades that I do. We create additional trade IDs and we have a beautiful community where you can learn to improve as a trader, which you can find in the description beneath. But today we're going to cover an altcoin that I really like. I don't really like the term altcoin, to be honest. It's like it's a little bit I would say without respect for the entire market. It's not really Bitcoin and altcoins anymore, except if you're on Bitcoin Maxi. But today we're going to cover a project in the DeFi space, which is still very young, which is still very small. And I am actually working with them, and I am actually investing in the project because I like the approach that they have. And what is it? Well, it will be a review about a small market cap, which is named New Order. In the name of the ticker, it's NIWO. You can trade it on SushiSwap, for instance. And the project can be best categorized as a decentralized community token or community-driven venture capitalist firm, a venture DAO. We all know about DAOs, but we also know about venture capital, and we also know that the game for the venture capitals is getting quite heavy or quite difficult right now. If you're a big influencer, you can see it on Twitter, ZachXBT and all those other accounts getting into the space where people shill a project and then they can get fired, or they can get like roasted by Zach or by any of the other accounts. They do well. But the game of the venture capital is getting quite difficult in the crypto space as there are so many players. But what does it actually mean? It means that everyone holding the token is part of the venture arm and is eligible to receive a part of the return on the investment that New Order does. And that's what we're going to cover today as well, as they have been incubating a new project and they have been giving a beautiful airdrop. And next to that, they have also great staking opportunities. So New Order's focus is on incubating and accelerating early stage crypto projects and helping them start their business. In this, it has a seasoned investment partner in Outlier Ventures, which has an extensive portfolio and network of crypto projects. It has accelerated crypto projects who have collectively raised 250 million in seed capital. Together, New Order and Outlier Ventures will launch 30 to 40 DeFi startups in a period of 2 years. The project selected, and I will quote, will gain access to Outlier Ventures and New Order's network of leading DeFi and Web3 builders, mentors and investors to support fundraising efforts, attract liquidity and fast-track growth. In addition, participating teams will receive investment from both Outlier Ventures and New Order at the outset of the program. The goal for New Order is to launch projects across ecosystems. New Order itself started on Ethereum in December of 2021, but has since expanded to Avalanche. And the plan is to expand to Arbitrum as well in the near future and then likely move forward from there. A great thing about New Order is, and a huge benefit, is that there is the ability for everyone to be able to contribute to the New Order, because they are structured and organized as a decentralized autonomous organization, which is called a DAO, which we have been hearing a lot in the previous period too. This means that the project is able to tap into all the qualities and specialties of their members. The main New Order DAO consists of multiple sub-DAOs, basically departments, that are focused on key areas such as financials, operations, marketing, etc. This way, the DAO is able to divide the workload and operate more effectively. Then we've got the token 2, the NIWO token. Anyone is able to receive airdrops from incubated projects should these projects opt for that, as well as they have exposure to the treasury of NIWO. The token itself acts as a governance token too. Through voting, token holders are able to govern and guide the DAO. So through the NIWO token, investors can easily gain exposure to a sort of index of many different new startups over the next 2 years. A great addition to the portfolio. They can vote for everything that can be happening in the NIWO ecosystem, and they are able to stake their coin and get an additional return on that as well, which we'll be covering in a little bit. So then the staking part, or at least the tokenomics of NEO. They're going to revamp the tokenomics with V tokenomics, which we already know from different projects like Curve. Users can lock their NEO to VNEO, and this gives them exposure to the following two things. One, airdrops from the projects that New Order invests in. Whether airdrops will be available differs per project. Two, a portion of the yields generated through various strategies implemented with capital from the treasury. This tokenomics overall is expected to be rolled out somewhere over the coming weeks. The longer you lock your NEO tokens, this model we know from Curve for instance, the higher your weight in the governance votes and share in rewards. This locking system ensures that people with the highest conviction in the project receive the highest rewards. The tokenomics make the project extremely interesting for investors as it gives them exposure to early stage projects and the exposure to the ever yield generating treasury of New Order. Let's talk about the incubated projects, because we are talking about a decentralized DAO or a decentralized venture DAO, and we have to have some incubated projects if you really want to discuss those, as then you can start thinking about the treasury and the valuation of the project itself. One of the first ones was Reducted Cartel, also known as Butterfly, and Reducted Cartel is a meta-governance sub-DAO of Olympus DAO. We know the Ohm forks, we know Ohm itself, which focuses on governance infrastructure, extending Olympus DAO's influence in the entire DeFi ecosystem. Reducted Cartel gathers governance tokens to use the underlying votes for bribing. They've built a bribing platform so other projects can come in, offer money to the holders of Reducted tokens, which is Butterfly, and bribe those votes to their own benefit. The project is solely focused on the governance part of DeFi and generates cash flows from there. And the other two that we have as incubated projects are Optify, which is a project that focuses on optimized yield strategies, and H2O, a stable asset for the Ocean Protocol ecosystem, which we'll be diving in a little bit. Then the treasury. The treasury, or the DAO treasury of New Order, consists largely of NEO, but because of all those incubated projects, it includes those as well. So right now it includes 1.8 million in Frax USDC that is generating yield, and 10% of Butterfly captured in the representative P Butterfly token for early contributors. So the P Butterfly holdings do not show up, but add around 10 to 50 million to the treasury of NEO. The index and the fund, and that's the thing that makes New Order great, is that it provides investors with an index fund like exposure to a lot of new promising projects, and New Order is able to get their hands on early deals and redistribute them to the shareholders, as well as earn yield on their treasury assets. This means that investors are eligible to receive tokens for a lot of projects NEO incubates into future. It also means that NEO treasury grows with every incubated project. The project is a nice diversification asset in an investment portfolio of investors because of the flexibility and diversity it offers with high potential rewards. As all the launched project will add a significant chunk of tokens to the New Order treasury, with which that will then also generate additional yield where possible, it seems like the NEO token is valued quite low with a market cap of 12 million, actually quite lower here today, and a fully diluted market cap of 87 million. The treasury of Butterfly is even around that level already, and then we also got the new projects that they have a treasury in too. This will especially be the case with when some of the launch tokens start performing well, significantly impacting New Order's treasury. And I mean the case of the valuation still being very low. If they are incubating more projects, the valuation of the treasury goes up, and the valuation of the project at some point, especially if you're running with yield, has to go up too. And that's how you define the value of a project in itself. And now we're going to cover one of the incubated projects that they recently launched. One of the recently launched incubated projects by New Order is H2O, which is a data-backed stable asset dedicated to the Ocean Protocol ecosystem, meaning all the transactions will have to be performed with the H2O stable asset with Ocean, and it has been announced that its governance token, PSDN, will launch on the 27th of April, and the holders of NEO have been getting a first airdrop of that actual token. We also know Ocean Protocol. Ocean Protocol has been here for quite some time now. For those that do not know Ocean, it is an open source protocol that aims to exchange and monetize data and database services. The protocol is built on Ethereum and uses data tokens to gate access to data sets. In the second quarter of the year, Ocean is going to launch the fourth iteration of the platform, Ocean V4. The upgraded platform will include updates that solve rug pulls in the data token pools and introduces data NFTs. These NFTs have the ability to track intellectual property, and this helps to increase revenue streams. With V4, Ocean Protocol is going to integrate more DeFi-like functionality into their platform, which will likely lead to more usage and demand for the tokens and platform. This is essentially the version of Ocean Protocol which has been communicated years ago, and finally they are getting there. So I do believe that the more complete version of this will attract a lot more adoption, and Ocean Protocol will adopt the fee tokenomics model as well, which is bullish for the Ocean token as it locks up a lot of those tokens, which increases the ability to increase the value in price too, which is a supply shock, which we have also been discussing with Bitcoin yesterday. Then about H2O. H2O is a non-packed data-backed stable asset and a friendly fork of the project Reflexer, also known RAI. This project exists on Ethereum platform and aims to maintain a stable value through the use of ETH as a collateral. H2O is the fork in the sense that it's going to use Ocean as collateral, and the price of H2O will be managed by an algorithm that rebalances to keep the stablecoin around the market price. In contrast to true stablecoins, RAI and H2O are not hard-packed, but free-floating and tend to settle around a certain price. H2O will be the first backed stable asset through the use of Ocean. Users will be able to deposit Ocean and mint H2O stable asset tokens. Besides using H2O to buy data tokens, it also allows Ocean holders to leverage on their position through minting H2O and buying more Ocean. The goal is to add more liquidity and generate more demand and utility for the Ocean token within the ecosystem. The implementation of H2O on the Ocean platform is attractive for holders to increase their capital efficiency and will likely lead to more demand for the Ocean token and to the Web3 data marketplace. In V2, which is expected to launch not too far after the initial launch of the project, data tokens will also be used to back H2O's value. The H2O project is governed by the Poseidon token. This token gives the community control over the protocol parameters and shapes the structure of the project. It also functions as a backstop for H2O stakers in case the protocol becomes undercapitalized, and furthermore the token is distributed via emissions. The PSDN token is basically a bet on the success of Web3 data economies and works as a leverage play for those who are bullish on Ocean control and its ecosystem. The H2O project is backed by the Ocean Protocol Foundation, including a grant and angel investments by the Ocean founders, for the very obvious reason that H2O brings more use and utility to their data marketplace. The airdrop though of PSDN governance token has been done on the 27th of April, and the NEO token holders have got 1% of the actual supply that has been distributed to the actual holders. The other 3% will be done within the next months and will be distributed again through airdrop. Next to that, NEO will be having 15% of the total token supply. And this airdrop also targets Ocean governance participants who will receive 4% of the supply through airdrops. LP incentives will also be in place for the Reflexive finance community, and staking opportunities will be getting there as well. And if you are looking up the chart for PSDN at this point, you can see that it dropped quite heavily, but there's a reason for that. People have been getting the airdrop of the token. They are selling it to take profit, as it's a pretty decent airdrop actually, and there are no many incentives to buy it yet, which will come. So if you're looking for a position and it has been dropping this heavy and we are going to get that LP and staking going, I think it's quite interesting one to get into a position as well. Finally, New Order is a project with a small cap, with what I believe to be a significant potential due to the exposure to all of these upcoming new projects. The valuation is super small of this one as well. It got everything that it needs. It got a treasury, it got the incubated projects. You can actually get the airdrop of those projects through which you're also investing in them. You can LP and stake. Staking is approximately 60%, LP is 200%. They get towards the fee system, which is also going to be pushing the price of this one up even more. It seems like the potential value these could provide is far from priced in, with any good launch potentially driving up the overall value significantly. So I believe that New Order is a must-have in your portfolio. If you're staking, I think that if you hold the actual asset of Neo, you're stupid for not staking it. And I think that the consistent flow of new projects coming in is actually valuing the project of Neo higher even more. So the launch of H2O is an interesting one, but there will be more, and H2O itself has a lot of potential within the ecosystem. And once again, I think it's a good investment, which I'm doing myself. That's not an advice. I'm just telling you here the information that you might be finding interesting regarding the project itself. It's up to you whether you decide to go for it. But I like the DeFi space, and I think that DeFi is going to be a big gainer in the next bull run. Subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update if you did enjoy it. We are back with daily updates. Tomorrow we are seeing another update again. Always keep smiling, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't do stupid shit. Ciao.